Hello everyone, welcome back to second episode of Taekook Bully School Love Story. Jungkook, open your eyes. Jungkook, please. I'm right here. I know you can hear me. Please hang in there. They are on their way and you are going to be saved. Please don't give up, Jungkook. I don't want to lose you just yet. Do you hear me? I want you to stay, Jungkook. Taehyung. He wanted to scream as soon as he opened his eyes, but his body is too numb to react. Blinking with heavy eyes, Taehyung Jungkook took notice of the whiteness of this place, the ivy drop, and the smell of medicine. And it doesn't take long for him to realize where he is. But how did he get to the hospital? You are awake, Mr. John? He blinks when smiling nurse came to his line to vision as she inspected the ivy drop and wrote down some notes before turning her attention to him. Your family is waiting for you outside, but before I can let them see you, do you remember what's gotten you here? Family? Oh no. If his mom knew about this, he would freak out. Mr. Jan, sorry. Jungkook's voice came out too hoarse to. He had to clear his throat. Yeah, I do remember. The nurse nods. Well, the person who brought you here claimed that you were under some bullish attack and you were harmed from the behind by one of them. Is that true? Jungkook had flashbacks as the nurse spoke, his head thrown when he lifted his head to touch the back of his head that is now wrapped in bandage. He frowns. Yeah, he finally nods, watching as the nurse started writing down notes again. That's what happened. Jungkook admits the woman eventually left after asking him a few more questions about his birth date, his family, and a few more stuff. And Jungkook is guessing she is just making sure that his injury didn't cause him any sort of memory loss, although it was thankfully a minor injury that wouldn't cause much harm. As soon as she left, the door opened, relieving a crying woman and a worried boy in her back. Mom, Jungkook frowns. He knows how sensitive she is. That's why he didn't want her to know. Oh my God, Cook, the woman cried. My sweetheart, what happened to you? I'm fine, Mom. Please don't cry now. He excused her shaking hand as soon as she held his. But she wasn't even listening as she sobbed, her other hand touching his face, inspecting his hot lips and black eyes, crying even harder at the horrible sight. Jungkook sighed as he looked away and locked eyes with the person standing on the other side of the bed, giving a small smile. Hey, Namjoon. So it was Namjoon who took him to the hospital. Then what about Jungkook thought. Hey, the tall boy smiled, although he seems worried. Glad to see you breathing again. You scared me out there, Jungkook admitted. Don't start it, Hyung, or she wouldn't stop crying. Jungkook pleased at the boy, hissing as his mom touched around the cut on his bottom lip. Mom, stop. I swear I'm fine. It was just a slight hit in the head. I didn't pass away. Yeah, you have 7 stitches in the back of your head. Don't tell me it's a slight injury. The woman cried out. Jungkook says there is no way he can calm her down right now. She's always been like this when it comes to her only son. Dad knows about this? Jungkook inquired. Of course he does. His mom sat down on the edge of the hospital bed and hand carefully touching his hair. He is taking the first flight to Korea and he is going to be here as soon as possible. Mom, Jungkook whined, you don't have to tell him. It's just really not worth it. Jungkook, he is your father. He has to know. I can't keep such an important thing from him, and you know that. The woman frowned and Namjoon started to see the similarities. Namjoon's smart brain started reminding him of when Namjoon thought his friend Jungkook was dramatic sometimes and how he knows where did that come from. I just don't want him to worry, God. Jungkook sighed, dude. Namjoon finally broke the ice after a few moments of silence, grabbing Jungkook's attention. His mother is as well. What happened? What had happened? I heard something about you fighting with those seniors and being left swimming in blood. But when I got there, the ambulance has already left. Jungkook's face was contoured with a look of pure confusion. Wait, you mean it wasn't you who called the ambulance? No, Namjoon scratched the back of his head with a genuine apologetic look on his face. I was out of campus a little later than usual, and when I heard about it, everything was already over, and I just don't get it as well. Mrs. Jeon must have been informed by a hospital, but man who called the ambulance and was with you till you got here. I haven't received a call from the hospital. Shocked, Mrs. Jeon informed them. Both the boys looked at the woman with wide eyes as she spoke. Huh? I had a really bad dream about Cook, and I woke up with a bad feeling. My instincts were to call you and check on you, but there was a kid who picked up the phone instantly and told me about your whereabouts, my son. Who was it? Jungkook blinked, squinting. Yoongi? No, sweetheart, I would have recognized him right away. Jungkook's mom had a frown on her face as she rubbed her forehead, trying to recall. He had this soft, unfamiliar voice, and I can't remember his name even if I try. A soft knock on the door cut the slightly tense atmosphere short, and the door cracked open right after Mrs. Jan asked whoever was behind it to come in. In came a short figure in a black tank top and what used to be his white shorts, but now is colored with dried red liquid. The boy was tensed as he approached the bed, his lips pressed in a thin line, and eyes are on the person lying on the hospital bed. So it was really Taehyung. Jungkook was not having a dream, and neither was he. Eliminating those were Taehyung's cries, and it was the last thing Jungkook heard right before passing out. Like a flood, memories and glimpses of the young boy taking his hoodie off and pressing the fabric against the back of Jungkook's bleeding head as Taehyung kept begging him to stay awake. To stay with him rushed back before Jungkook's wide eyes. The woman blinked, looking up at the shy, concerned kid in front of her, and Taehyung bowed politely greeting her, not really minding the matching shocked expression with contorted and the other boy's face as they gasped in disbelief. Sorry for disturbing your precious time. I'm only here to check on Jungkook before I go back home. The nurse informed me that he's finally awake. You, Jungkook breathed out. You stayed. He completed his words. There was an emotion that sparked in Taehyung's eyes, but it was gone as soon as it appeared. Taehyung was quick to recover as he stared at the older with a blank face, rising and broke at what Jungkook said. Was I supposed to leave you there fighting for your own life like everyone did? What Taehyung said left a stunning wound in Jungkook's heart as he visibly winced at his words. Even his mother gasped at that. She heard. Maybe they shouldn't have said that. Anyways, Taehyung cleared his throat. I was speaking to the cops and they are expecting to proceed with their investigation with as soon as you wake up. What did you tell them? Jungkook avoided eye contact as he asked. He looked odd and Taehyung wished he was little nicer to Jungkook. Everything I saw, Tae shrugged. Jungkook nodded, flinching as his head throbbed when he sat up on the bed with the help of his mother and Namjoon. Taehyung was just watching all of this with sad eyes. A part of him wanted to blame his own self for being the reason behind Jungkook's current state, but then again, what has the fight between Jungkook and Hanji group of bully to have anything to do with him in the first place that he still can't understand? Thanks, I guess, Jungkook mumbled, still avoiding the younger's eyes. Jungkook's expression is unreadable, lips pressed together tightly. That was Taehyung's parting his lips in astonishment as he stared at Jungkook, this being the first time he heard the Jungkook thank him. The younger boy was left speechless, but he nodded anyway. He turned his attention to Mrs. Jeon and bowed respectfully to her, but what he wasn't expecting was to be pulled in a very warm, welcoming hug. You saved my Jungkook, dear. Thank you so much. Jungkook, they never heard his Korean name before, but it was nice in Taehyung's opinion. It kind of suits Jungkook. Oh, please don't mind it. Mention it, ma'am. Taehyung smiled as he rubbed the woman's back smoothly. I did what I had to do. The woman pulled away and faced him with a frown on her face, and there goes the similarities again. It was as if Taehyung was face to face with a grumpy Jungkook. You called me Janema for now on. She gently grabbing his shoulder with a hopeful look on her face. The kid who saved my son is just another son of mine. Taehyung was stunned and he didn't know what to do. He looked at Namjoon for help, and the tall boy just shrugged with a teasing grin on his face. Well, that's what happens when you get on her good side. Namjoon laughed. Tae shifted his gaze towards Jungkook and found him sulking. Tae had to bite his lips to contain his smile. The grumpy The bunny boy had an expression they just saw on the woman's face seconds ago, and as soon as they locked his eyes with Jungkook, Jungkook rolled his eyes and looked away again with a what again, boy? Taehyung thought, looking at the woman again. Taehyung smiled warmly and nodded. Okay, Janima. He said, watching instant relief, washing her face soft features. Time escape a week. Hey Namjoon. The tall boy stopped in his tracks as pricked up at the mention of his name. Oh, hi Taehyung, what's up? The small boy shrugged, hugging a notebook to his chest. I'm on the way out to look at a nice place to work on my project. Just wanted to say hi. Haven't seen you since that day in the hospital. Yeah, Namjoon plunged, awkwardly scratching his head. It's been like a big crazy how we haven't ran into each other. We are in the same uni. I know, right? The unexpected sigh escaped Taehyung's lips. It's been hectic for me. All this time I have been catch up with different assignments alongside my lectures, they said. Is that why you never came back to hospital? Namjoon said, and Taehyung paused. He wasn't expected the question. Yeah, sort of. They looked down at his own interesting feet, avoiding the other's eyes. There was a short pause before Thang finally asked what he was keep thinking on his mind for the past few days. How is he? A small smile lingered around Namjoon's lips at the soft, timid voice of younger Namjoon kind of saw this coming because Thang wasn't the type of randomly stop him to just say hi. However, Namjoon didn't want to point that out. He was discharged after 2 days, Namjoon said with a shrug. He's been fine though, but Mrs. Yan insisted that he should rest home for another couple of days. Oh, thank voiced. Yeah, the tall boy shook his head, eyebrows raised in amazement. I can't believe you are asking about him when you should be concerned about yourself. Thang finally looked up to meet his eyes. What do you mean? I heard that Minji guy is being bothering you. Namjoon noted his pair of brown eyes coating over with a look of concern slightly covered by a caring frown. Minji then turtled his head. Jungkook's friend. Oh, a broken smile spread across the small boy's feature, and Namjoon was left wondered how could Taehyung keep smiling despite living in constant bullying. He just keeping on blaming me for what happened, though I didn't get why everyone is blaming me when I don't even know what Minji guy is at the first place. That's that's crazy. The way Namjoon stuttered had Taehyung skinned his eyes. Do you know? Taehyung asked. What? Namjoon stuttered again. Do you know anything about it? Taehyung gave a spectacle look. I mean, Jungkook is your friend. He must have told you why they fought, right? Taehyung opened his mind. I did ask him why they fought, but he refused to talk about it. Jungkook sighed, avoiding the other's eyes. However, I heard some gossip from Minji's friends, and Hanji was bad mouthing you for quite a while to get on Jungkook's nose, bad-mouthing me. Confused, they breathed. Yeah, Namjoon massaged his neck. Saying homophobic mean words and such. They said, you see, aside from being Jungkook's envious rival, he is also known for being the biggest homophobic in the campus, the kind of person who wouldn't let leave his targets without a scar, was it physically or mentally. Taehyung blinks, and why would that be a bother to Jungkook if Hanji bad-mouthing about me? They ask, still confused by Jungkook's act. Seriously, Namjoon gave him a most unimpressed look because Jungkook is not as bad as you and everyone think. At least he is not against homosexuality or person people from the community. He just happened to develop a habit of picking on you ever since you transformed, and beside you should be thankful to him for all I know. Thankful? Taehyung scoffed. He couldn't believe his ear. Listen, Jungkook might kill me for this, but think about it. Namjoon playfully flicked Taehyung's forehead. If Jungkook didn't pick on you, he chose to just let you be. You tell me, what's gonna stop Hanji from hurting you? Absolutely nothing. What Namjoon said shocked Taehyung into silence as he blinked his parted lips. A satisfaction smirk crept on Namjoon's features at that. What? Taehyung frowned his eyebrows. What do you mean? Sorry, I can't elaborate anymore. Namjoon adjusted his cap with a apologetic look on his face, already sprinting away from there. Please think about it and make sure Jungkook doesn't know I said anything. Only if you don't tell him I ask you about him. Taehyung yelled after Namjoon. Deal? Namjoon shouted back. See Taehyung. By Namjoon, he waved after him and then he stopped to think about it. If Jungkook hasn't stepped in, no one would dare to save him from Hanji's claws. Seeing how everyone feeding that bully, that means Jungkook hasn't been bullying him. In fact, he's been trying to protect him. Taehyung clenched his chest at the thought, trying to regulate his breathing and calm down the fast beating of his heart. But why? What was the reason behind Jungkook's all these act? We will find it out in the final episode of this story. So be happy and healthy and keep eating. Bye.